everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you had a lovely week. Just first off, this is going to be my last video of posting twice a week. So this week is the last week I'll be posting 2 videos, or certainly the last week I'll be planning to post 2 videos. I might carry on doing an extra one as and when I feel like it, but this week is the last one of 2 videos a week. I decided that for January I was just going to try posting twice a week just to see how I got on with it, and it was okay. But for me, I think filming and uploading once a week is a bit more sustainable, and it just means that I can try and concentrate on making stuff for other platforms as well. So Instagram, I've been dabbling with TikTok a little bit. I will try and make some more Instagram reels, and it also will free up some time for me to start writing my blog, which I'm going to be launching maybe this week, maybe next week. I haven't quite got to grips with using WordPress just yet, so I'm starting on that, but it might take me a little bit of time to get going with it. But one of the posts that I have kind of written up in advance is about body image, and it was inspired about a post I made on my Instagram a couple of days ago, and that post was kind of about actually getting used to feeling, or getting used to my body now that I've lost some weight. And even though for about the last 3 months my weight hasn't really changed, I think my perception of my body definitely has, in that I think it's taken a little bit of time for my eyes and my brain to catch up with what they're actually looking at. So I've started to notice a bit more muscle definition, or a few more lines, and I don't think that's actually because I've built any muscle or I've lost any fat. I think that is just purely a case of my eyes being able to catch up with with reality. Even though I am still working towards losing some more weight, and I have quite a long way to go. I want to lose about another 15 kilos. I just wanted to sit and reflect on how my body image is now. And I appreciate that coming at body image from the angle of having lost weight isn't usual. People are usually, in the context of body image, talking about how they've learned to accept themselves, or how they've learned to love themselves a bit more. But the truth for me is that I've actually really never had a particularly bad body image. Yes, when I was a teenager, I was, down on my appearance, which I think even if you have I don't think for a teenager there is such thing as a perfect body. I think all teenagers to a certain extent struggle with their appearance and have something that they don't like. But, I had the typical teenage self-consciousness, and I've been overweight for literally my entire adult and teenage life, and there definitely was some being made fun of at school, but it never really got to a point where I was severely down about my body image. And I would say that I don't think I've ever been in a period of time in my life where I've hated my body for how it looks. Definitely hated my spine on occasion, but that's actually not been as a result for how my body looks. And feeling body positive for me has definitely become a more frequent thing as I've got older, and I would hope that that's the same for most people. And that did come in part from experiencing an injury with my back, and learning to appreciate that my body exists for a lot more than just how it looks, and actually it is there to do a job, and when it can't do that job, you really notice that. And I think that has helped me to develop a real appreciation for exercise, but also has helped me develop an appreciation that my body exists for a lot more than just to have an outward appearance to other people. And strength training and exercise in general, but in particular strength training, has really solidified for me that there are a lot of things I can appreciate about my body that have nothing to do with how it looks, and they are how it recovers, how strong I am, how fast I can run, how much my body will tolerate, how much can I get by on lack of sleep, and how much caffeine can I tolerate. There's a lot of stuff going on in our kind of
sacks of flesh that we live in.
That aren't just about how they appear to us or to other people. And another thing I have been able to realise in the last few years is that especially when I'm at work, I am not paid to look a certain way. I'm paid to do a job, and I'm essentially paid for my brain rather than my body. So that did actually help me get over a hang up about wearing makeup to work. And one of the other ideas I wanted to challenge a little bit as well is that I think a lot of, or certainly in what I've seen, sometimes the body positivity movement can try and say to you that you can't be body positive if you're trying to lose weight. I completely disagree. I'm sure for lots of people the need or want to diet is going to come from external influences or feeling pressure to look a certain way, and I don't doubt that for me, possibly still now, but certainly at previous points in my life, that has absolutely been the case. I'm sure as well that for some people it is going to be incredibly difficult to diet without it significantly impacting how they view their own self-worth and their body. But for me, I don't feel like that's the case. And even though I don't feel like I've explicitly experienced my diet affecting my body image and my kind of self-worth, I have definitely noticed that I did slip into some not so brilliantly healthy habits around food and thinking patterns around food. And it bothered me so much that I did make a YouTube video about it. It's quite easy to slip into some perhaps disordered eating patterns, and you can do that quite quickly. It was the one called Weight Loss Update, I'll put it here. And at that point I did decide to take a bit of a break from losing weight and just take myself out of that headspace a little bit, and I do find that really did help. I am now back in the game and I'm trying to lose weight again, but this time I'm trying to be a bit more flexible and a bit more adaptable in how I approach my food and my meals to respond to some of those changes in thought patterns and changes in behaviours. So one of the things I've started doing recently is I'm eating more frequently, and I'm finding that that's just helping with some of the tendency to feel like I want to eat a lot at night. But I'm doing all of these things so that I can try and work with my body and my natural urges rather than just constantly trying to fight against it. But ultimately I am trying to lose weight to improve my health and not to look a certain way. And the way that I know that is because I have picked a goal weight that is based around what a healthy weight could look like for somebody of my height. And I know it's problematic, but I have used the BMI scale to do that, but I've opted for a number that's much closer to 25 than 18 because I am a larger person, so I don't think it would be realistic for me to set a really, really low goal weight. And one of the reasons for that as well is because I just actually don't know what I look like at that weight. I've never been, like I said at the start of the video, I've always been overweight as an adult and as a teenager. So I actually have absolutely no idea what I look like below about 86 kilos, which is what I am now. So I can't really diet to look a certain way because I don't know what I'm aiming for or what that's going to look like. And I don't want you to take from this video that I never have days of any negative self-talk or negative body image talk. I absolutely do, and I think everybody will feel that way at some point in their life, and that's normal. But I don't allow it to take up a lot of my time or a lot of my headspace. I acknowledge it for what it is, I rationalise my way out of it, and usually 90% of the time that works and I just move on with my life. In those times I remind myself that I don't exist purely to look a certain way, and I exist and my body exists for way more things than just that, and I have so much more to offer the world, and I'm sure that is the case for you as well. Let me know your thoughts on anything in this video, I'd love to hear about it, and I hope you have a really lovely week, and I will see you next Sunday.